One bites once and basically waits for you to die, while the other bites 1,000 times and makes sure you die right now. But who would actually win in an all-out brawl? Well, as usual, we'll have to analyze these 6 battle metrics to truly determine this outcome. Now, when it comes to size, this matchup is borderline ridiculous. The Komodo Dragon completely dwarfs the Wolverine, making it look like a gosh darn hobbit next to it. Adult males can reach up to 10 feet long, or about 3 meters, and easily weigh between 150 to 200 pounds. That's around 70 to 90 kilograms. The biggest ever recorded was a 300-pound mass monster, basically a living dinosaur that forgot to go extinct. Now, compare that to the Wolverine's modest weight of around 50 pounds, or about 23 kilograms. They also reach no longer than 3.5 feet, or roughly 105 centimeters in length. They're basically the size of a medium-sized dog. Even the largest Wolverines ever recorded barely hit 30 kilograms, which is still laughably light compared to the Komodo's bulk. So yeah, the dragon wins the size department by a landslide. But if history has taught us anything, it's that size doesn't really mean safety, because the Wolverine isn't known for backing down from anything, no matter how suicidal the ordeal may seem. Next up, we've got armor. And here things get a bit more nuanced. The Wolverine is literally built like a hairy tank. Its hide is thick, dense, and covered in one of the toughest pelts in the animal kingdom. Trappers have long said that cutting through Wolverine hide is like sawing through wet leather, and that's before you even deal with the layers of muscle underneath. The thick fur also acts as insulation and light padding, softening blows and bites that would tear through most other animals. It's not scale armor, but it's the winter version of it, flexible, durable, and deceptively strong. The Komodo Dragon, on the other hand, is literally walking around in medieval body armor. You see, beneath its hard, scaly exterior lies a layer of bony plates called osteoderms, which are pretty much natural chainmail fused into its very skin. This gives the dragon incredible protection from bites, slashes, and impacts. The trade-off, of course, is flexibility. That armor makes the dragon heavier and less agile, while the Wolverine's fur and loose hide let it twist, roll, and counterattack without losing balance. So in short, the dragon's got the heavier armor, but the Wolverine's got the more versatile one. A difference that might matter when the fight gets up close and personal. Next up, we need to take a look at their weaponry. When it comes to offensive weapons, the Wolverine is an angry, compact engine of destruction. Its jaws are short, but unbelievably strong, able to crush through frozen meat, bones, and even moose femurs if given enough time. Those teeth are backed by massive jaw muscles that give the bite of a Wolverine the kind of power you'd expect from an animal several times its size. Combine that with long, curved claws that can tear open carcasses, dig through ice, or rip into flesh, and you've got a creature that fights like a mix between a bear and a hecking tiger. The Wolverine's fighting style is pure chaos. Bite, claw, twist, repeat. And it's got the stamina to keep that up for extended periods. Now, the Komodo Dragon brings an entirely different arsenal to the table. Its teeth are long, serrated blades built for sawing through meat rather than crushing it. One solid bite can open up massive bleeding wounds that will make any opponent bleed badly. Komodos also use their claws and body weight as weapons, slamming and pushing opponents with enough force to shatter bone. Their long muscular tails can whip hard enough to knock smaller animals off their feet, and their sheer mass alone means they can pin and crush foes in grappling matches, which is actually their preferred fighting style. So while the Wolverine relies on relentless close-quarters brutality, the Komodo fights like a reptilian Steven Seagal, using precision, power, and raw mass to finish fights. If you've enjoyed the video so far, then please do honor the algorithm gods by absolutely smashing that like button, and maybe subscribe if you haven't already. Next up, we've got mobility, and this is where things start to even out a little. You see, the Wolverine might look like a low-to-the-ground furball, but it moves with surprising speed and agility. It can hit bursts of around 25 miles per hour, or roughly 40 kilometers per hour, and it's built for endurance. Wolverines are all-around athletes when it comes to movement. They're fast runners, strong swimmers, and shockingly good climbers, often scaling cliffs or trees in pursuit of food or safety. They can cover dozens of miles in brutal Arctic terrain, swim across freezing rivers, and sprint through deep snow without slowing down. That mix of versatility, stamina, and balance makes them extremely hard to corner or wear down in a fight. The Komodo Dragon, on the other hand, moves more like a tank, powerful, but not exactly graceful. They can sprint at around 12 miles per hour, or about 20 kilometers per hour, which is impressive for something that size, but it burns out quickly. Komodos are also capable swimmers and climbers in their younger years, though as adults, their size limits that mobility. They rely on explosive bursts of power, not drawn-out chases, and their long, heavy bodies make quick turns awkward. So in terms of pure agility and endurance, the Wolverine easily takes this category. The Komodo might dominate in size and power, but when it comes to versatility and sustained movement, the Wolverine is simply in another league. Second to last, we got their battle experiences. The Wolverine lives in a constant state of warfare. Its entire existence is a brutal contest of strength, stubbornness, and pure rage against anything that shares its territory. Out in the northern wilderness, it regularly clashes with animals far larger than itself. Wolves, lynxes, bears, and even massive elk. And somehow, it keeps coming out alive. It's built for conflict. Wolverines fight other predators for food, chase them off kills, and sometimes just start fights because they can. Even among their own kind, they're known to battle to the death over territory or mates. Every scar on a Wolverine tells a story of survival, and that experience shows in how it fights. Fast, relentless, and without an ounce of hesitation. The Komodo Dragon, on the other hand, doesn't have many predators, mostly because nothing else on its island is stupid enough to challenge it. It's the undisputed apex of its ecosystem. The only real threat to a Komodo dragon is another Komodo dragon. These monsters are notorious cannibals, fighting viciously over carcasses and territory. They'll bite, claw, and tail slam each other into submission, sometimes even eating the loser when the dust settles. So while the Wolverine's experience comes from battling a world full of bigger enemies, the Komodo's comes from fighting its own kind. Equally armored, equally deadly rivals. One's a lifelong underdog turned gladiator, the other a reigning island warlord that's only ever known dominance. Now, we've reached the final and most infamous factor, their special abilities. For the Wolverine, this literally means nothing. It's got no special attack or attribute other than smelling like shit. But the Komodo Dragon has an absolute nuke up its sleeve. For decades, people thought Komodos killed with bacteria, but we now know it's something far worse. Komodo dragons are venomous. Their bite delivers a chemical cocktail that lowers blood pressure, prevents clotting, and sends prey into shock. One bite doesn't just wound you, it pretty much starts a countdown. This venom works by thinning the blood and turning every heartbeat into a slow leak. Even large animals like deer or buffalo eventually collapse after being bitten. It's not fast, it's not clean, and it's definitely not survivable. And unlike in the honey badger versus Komodo dragon video, the Wolverine has no special resistance to venom. Its toughness and sheer willpower could maybe buy it some extra time, but once the Komodo's venom enters its system, the outcome is inevitable. The only real chance the Wolverine has is to avoid getting bitten in the first place. Because once those serrated teeth break skin, the clock is already ticking. So, no matter the outcome, the Wolverine will not survive this altercation. Even if it manages to end the Komodo before the venom fully kicks in, it will too eventually succumb, making it a draw no matter what. So, this battle goes to the Komodo. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, then I'm sure you'll enjoy some of the others on screen as well. And I'll see you in the next one.